Filming. Okay, so this video is to show you how to make scared potatoes. Now I'm going to use an electric skillet. You don't have to use that. You can use just any old pan because you don't need a lot of oil. I'm just going to use great value vegetable oil. You don't need a lot. You just need enough to cover the bottom of the pan. Now, the reason these are scared potatoes, not fried potatoes, is just because you scare them around in the pan like so. You just move them around in the pan, scare them around. I don't really know why it's called that. You can Google it. It's just an old Southern expression. I'm not really sure myself. But they're called scared potatoes. So, here we have just enough oil, as you can see, just enough to cover the bottom of the pan. I'm going to turn the heat on a notch above medium and get that heating up. In the next video, I'll show you how to chop your onions and your potatoes for this dish. Filming.
Okay, so we're going to cut up an onion. This is the easiest way to cut up an onion. You have the side here that has the root on it. You don't want to cut that side. You hold it on its side and you just trim off the very thin part of the other side, creating a flat side. You discard that into your bowl. All your skins, it's good to have a throwaway bowl nearby. Then you lay it on its flat side, cut it straight down the middle, and again getting rid of your stuff. Now you can peel like a whole layer of onion off, which is what I do because it helps with getting all that skin off. It's so hard to deal with otherwise. Just peel all that away, throw all that away. Now you've got this ready. Again, this root is holding it together, which is why you don't cut this end. The root, it holds it together. You cut it toward the root in several small slices, like so. And this is for chop, if you want to chop an onion. Then you hold those together and come across into the size chop that you want. And you can actually, in the end, like hold on to the root. It'll help you. When you get close enough to the root, you don't want to get any closer than that. You can just throw that away.
Okay, filming.
Alright, so we've cut all the onion up on both sides, you know, toward the root into slices and then across. And this is what you end up with. And if you need a smaller chop like we want for the dish that we're making, you just get it together, you scoot it together, and then hold one end of your knife down and just cut through it like so. And then you can come through it from the other way. Keep scooting it toward the middle, bring it to a group, and then hold one end down and chop through. Just go across it like that. And come back the other way until you get it as small as you want. That's all there is.
Filming.
Alright, so what we did was we cut our onions up in the last video for scared potatoes, and this time I've switched for a bigger knife because I prefer a larger knife. So I'm going to put that aside. And potato, you put it under cold water and just rinse it, give it like a cold water bath under some cold water. Get it on the flattest side possible and hold carefully and slice down the middle. That's like so. Then you keep putting it on its flat side so that it gives it balance. And you just slice it into some, you know, like huge French fries type slices. On its flat side, it kind of makes it balance for you. Then you can hold it together and come across in the size pieces that you want. Kind of get them evened up there. And just cut through, like so. And there you have it.
Filming. Okay, so we've got our onion chopped up, we've got our potatoes chopped up. Now, it's not an exact science, an exact recipe. I like to make a lot of it at a time. So, this is about 5 pounds, roughly, of chopped potatoes. Hang on. Okay. Get it all in there. And of course, it will shrink down majorly as it cooks, so you don't have to be scared by the look of it when you first put it in the pan, like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. It's actually not. It's going to be about half that when we're done. And this is just one small onion, because that's really enough. If you like more onion flavor, then cut up more onion. I don't like that much, so it's just one small onion for this big 5-pound batch. Okay, put it all in there, and then you're just going to leave it unmessed with for about 10 minutes. You don't have to flip it, stir it, anything. Just leave it for about 10 minutes, and then the next video will show you what to do. Filming. Okay, so these have been undisturbed for about 10 minutes now. So you're going to take your spatula and just get it under the potato and flip it over. You just want to turn it off the bottom all the way around. As you know, when you first start out, your pan is a little full, so just go slowly. It's not an exact science, But you do want to turn them off the bottom as much as you can. Now, after this, about every 5 minutes you want to come and do that again. Just take your spatula and turn it off the bottom everywhere. And you don't want to stir it because you don't want mashed potatoes by the time you're done. You want to keep your cubed potatoes. You want to have scared potatoes, not mashed. So don't stir it. Turn it off the bottom using a spatula just like that. You want to do it about every 5 minutes now until they're nice and brown and soft. In the next video, we'll show you what it should look like when it's done. Now, while you're stirring it, you want to season it to taste. I salt and pepper mine, and you're just gonna really want to do that really liberally. These are just raw potatoes. They need a ton of salt, so don't be scared to salt away. I'm gonna cover the tops of mine probably at least 3 times before I even try to taste them. Pepper I'll probably do about twice. Just want to cover the top. There we go. I'm going to leave that for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to turn it off the bottom. I'm going to keep doing that until they're done. In the next video, I'll show you what that should look like. Oil. Oh, right. Oil. Every couple of times that you stir it, you want to take your oil and just add just a tiny bit more. Just, you know, around the edges. Not a ton. That's probably a little even too much. Just a little. Just add a little oil every couple times you stir it, and that'll keep it from sticking to the bottom. You can actually flip it and keep that nice brown crust that's already beginning to get on the potatoes. So there you go. Filming. Okay, so our potatoes are done. You can tell they're done because they have a nice dark brown color. You can see practically every potato in there has a nice crisp crust on it. And you can test it by finding a big potato in here and trying it. If it's still crunchy in the middle, then it's not done. But if it's nice and soft, then it's done. If it's been cooking for about an hour. If you want to speed that process up, you can cover it with a lid, but you won't get as nice of a crust as this has. If you just fry it straight through, it has a nice crust. You can cover it with a lid, it'll speed it up. However you want to do it. I actually ended up salting it 7 times. I covered the whole top with salt 7 times, and I peppered it twice. You can eat it with ketchup or plain, but either way it's just a really great dish. There you have it.